Hello students, this is Divya Meena, Assistant Professor, Government Girls College Sikandra. Today's topic is about the poem written by Kabir. The title of the poem is "It is needless to ask a saint about its caste to which he belongs." Kabir was a great saint. He was born in a Muslim religion, but he firmly rejected the caste system. He was a great social reformer. Caste system is a social evil which is spreaded all over India. Kabir opposed this caste system through this poetry, as he himself never believed in the caste system. So the major theme of this poem is the rejection of the caste system. He believed that the every person is trying to get the salvation. Every person wants to go in the search of God, and the salvation is the final aim of every person. It doesn't matter to which caste he belongs. So he says that every learned person or the great saint never believes in the caste system. Everyone is trying to obtain God. So let us begin with the poem. This is a very short poem having only 10 lines. So I am going to recite the poem first. It is needless to ask of a saint the caste to which he belongs. For the priest, the warrior, the tradesman, and all the 36 castes alike are seeking for God. It is but folly to ask what the caste of a saint may be. The barber has sought God, the washerwoman and the carpenter. Even Redas was a seeker after God. The rishi Swapacha was a tanner by caste. Hindus and Muslims alike have achieved that end, which remains no mark of distinction. So in the very first line is the title of the poem. It is needless to ask of a saint the caste to which he belongs. So he says that it is futile, it is useless to ask a saint. Saint is a holy person or a learned person who is seeking for God, who is trying to pursuing God. So he says that it is futile or useless to ask a saint about it, about his caste, to which caste he belongs. The Indian society has divided people according to their caste. There are two major distinctions according to the caste system. So there are upper caste people and the lower caste people. Upper caste people look at the lower caste people with the humiliation. But here Kabir rejects those people who humiliate lower caste people. Therefore, he says that a saint does not belong to any caste. He don't have any caste. For the priest, the warrior, the tradesman, and all the 36 castes alike are seeking for God. In Indian people are divided into 36 castes. There are majorly 36 castes, but the point here says that any person who is either priest, who is a warrior, a businessman, and all other person who belongs to any caste, the final aim of all these people is to gain, all the people are trying to gain the mercy of God, or all are in search of God. It is but fooling to ask what the caste of saint may be. He says that it is foolishness, it is a rubbish idea to ask a learned person to which caste he belongs. The barber has sought God, the washerwoman, and the carpenter. He said that every person, either he is a barber or a washerwoman or a carpenter, everyone is in search of God. Even Vedas was a seeker after God. Vedas was also a great saint who was a shoemaker, but he says even the Vedas was also trying to search God. It doesn't matter that he belonged to a lower caste. The Rishi Swapacha was a tanner by caste. And again he said a Rishi is a person who worships God devotedly. So he said that Swapacha Rishi was also a tanner. Tanner is a person who does the work of a butcher. So he said that though he was a butcher, but he was also seeking for God. Hindus and Muslims alike have achieved that end. He says that the aim of every person, either he is a Muslim or a Hindu, it doesn't matter to which religion he belongs, every person is trying to achieve the end, that is salvation. That is the where remains no marks of distinction. After getting salvation and freedom from the chain of birth and death, salvation is the freedom from the chain of death and life. So the person who get God finally, he is free from the taking birth and death. So he says that the final goal of and aim of every person is to obtain God. So it doesn't matter to which caste they belong. So this is a poem which resistlessly opposed the casteism, and Kabir was a person who was a social reformer. Through this poem, he wanted to remove the caste system from India. yeah.